The world thinks the future belongs to electric cars, silent, plugged-in, battery-powered. But what if that's only half the story? Because while everyone's chasing chargers and lithium mines, Honda is working in the shadows, crafting something no one, not even China, not even Elon Musk, saw coming. An engine that doesn't need petrol, doesn't need a plug, and could outclass electric itself. Imagine a machine so bold it could shatter the EV playbook, a beast that flips the industry upside down. Honda's CEO calls it one word: revolution. And tonight, you're about to see why. Now picture this, an engine that doesn't need petrol, doesn't need charging, and outperforms even the best electric cars. Sounds impossible, right? Hold on, the twist you're about to hear could change the future of driving forever. And before we dive into how Honda pulled this off, make sure you're subscribed, because you'll want to be the first to know when technology takes a turn like this. But to understand how Honda dares to challenge the EV kingdom, we need to rewind, back to the man who started it all, Soichiro Honda. Forget boardrooms and polished shoes. He was a hands-on dreamer, grease on his shirt, tools in his pocket, engines on his mind. Born in 1906 to a blacksmith father, Soichiro grew up fixing bikes and chasing speed, driven by a belief that he could build something the world had never seen. And he didn't start with flashy cars or roaring motorcycles. No, his first step was small but bold. Piston rings, tiny parts most people never notice. In 1937, he built a company to supply Toyota. Then came war. His factory was bombed, his dreams nearly crushed. But here's the thing, Soichiro didn't quit. After the war, Japan was broken, gas was scarce, and people needed a cheap way to move. So he got clever. In 1946, he strapped old military generator engines onto bicycles. The result? The very first Honda motorcycle. It was scrappy, but it worked. Just 2 years later, in 1948, the Honda Motor Company was born. From that shaky motorized bike, the brand exploded. Soon, Honda motorcycles weren't just rolling, they were dominating, winning races, shattering records, proving that Japan could outbuild the West. And then came the cars. Not boxes on wheels, but machines that roared with life, fast, simple, dependable, and fun. Driving a Honda wasn't just about getting from A to B, it was about enjoying the ride. Before long, the name Honda became a legend. Today, they build more engines than anyone else on Earth. Bikes, cars, jets, even Formula One racers. Chances are Honda's fingerprints are on it. From a grease-stained dreamer to a global giant, that's the Honda story. Today, the name Honda isn't just a brand, it's a powerhouse. Every single year, more than 4 million Hondas hit the road, making them the 7th largest car maker on Earth. But here's the secret. It's never just about numbers. It's about trust. Honda cars are famous for being reliable, clever, and smooth. Machines you know will never let you down. Take the Honda Accord. Think of it as the rock star of sedans. Iconic, dependable, unforgettable. In just the first half of 2017, over 161,000 Accords found homes. That's not luck, that's loyalty. Drivers keep coming back, whether it's their very first Honda or their 5th in the driveway, because once you ride with Honda, it feels like family. But here's what makes them unstoppable. Honda never stands still. In the 1970s, while the world struggled with strict emission rules, Honda dropped the CVCC engine, a game-changer that breezed through U.S. regulations. Later came VTEC, a system so smart it made small engines roar with the heart of giants. Innovation is in their DNA. They weren't afraid to go green either. Honda was among the first to bring hybrid cars to the US, proving eco-friendly could also be thrilling. And now they're cooking up something bolder. Not hybrid, not even fully electric, something entirely new. Honda believes the age of the engine isn't over, it just needs to evolve. The answer? Hydrogen. Yes, hydrogen. You might wonder, why not just ride the EV wave like everyone else? Why take such a bold detour? Because Honda sees the cracks in the EV dream, and they're ready to flip the game with a single word: hydrogen. A twist no one expected. Remember when electric cars felt like science fiction? No gas, no roar, just plug in and glide? Crazy, right? Yet here we are. Teslas flashing down highways, charging stations tucked beside your morning coffee stop. The electric future didn't stroll in, it stormed in like a lightning bolt. Governments fueled the charge with tax breaks, cash bonuses, and promises of a gas-free tomorrow. Some even declared, in 10 to 15 years, petrol and diesel cars will be banned. And just like that, EVs became the new normal. Batteries stretched further, charging got faster, and once people got used to the quiet, they lined up to make the switch. Now, every car company, Ford, Hyundai, you name it, is rushing to launch electric rides like they're the latest must-have gadget. EVs are praised as sleek, silent steps toward a greener tomorrow. But here's the truth: the shiny surface hides some cracks. Let's peel it back. First, those batteries, they don't last forever. They're massive, crammed with rare metals like lithium and cobalt, ripped from the earth in ways that scar landscapes and poison water. And when those giant packs finally die, recycling them is still a problem no one has solved. Then comes charging. This isn't like filling a tank in 5 minutes. It can take hours. Miss a fast charger, and you're stuck, staring at the clock. Even when you're topped up, there's always that nagging fear: will I make it home? On long drives, that question never goes away. And the money. EVs aren't cheap. Even with government perks, they carry a heavy price tag. Sure, plugging in feels affordable today, but what happens when millions do it at once? Electricity bills won't stay friendly for long. So yes, EVs look like a dream fix, but scratch the surface and the flaws appear. It's not enough to just swap gas for electric. The world needs a cleaner solution, one that works everywhere, for everyone, without pushing problems down the road. And while the industry stampedes toward electric, Honda is braking hard, steering off onto a new path. No endless charging waits, no battery graveyards, no rare metal scavenger hunt. Their solution? Hydrogen, the lightest element in the universe. Burn it, and all you get is water. No smog, no mess, just H2O. Honda's betting big that hydrogen is the true game changer. And here's the twist: this isn't their first rodeo. They've been experimenting with it for years, quietly refining the tech. In fact, back in 2015, they shocked the world with a car that looked like it drove out of a sci-fi film. Not a gas burner, not a plug-in, something completely different. The Honda Clarity Fuel Cell. Japan's first hydrogen car you could actually buy. It didn't just look futuristic, it drove like it too. Honda didn't recycle an old design. They built the Clarity from the ground up to run on pure hydrogen. Inside, a wave flow system zipped fuel through faster than ever, squeezing out power without wasting a drop. Tiny, mighty fuel cells sat perfectly placed, pumping out more energy than anything Honda had unleashed before. The result? A car that could stretch 360 miles on a single tank, further than most electrics of its time. It sipped fuel at 88 miles per gallon, whisper quiet, silky smooth, and leaving behind nothing but a puff of water vapor. For a moment, it felt like Honda had cracked the code for truly clean driving. But then, the wheels came off. The Clarity itself was solid, but the world wasn't ready. Hydrogen stations were almost non-existent. Unless you lived in California or a pocket of Japan, filling up was a nightmare. Road trips? Forget it. Nobody wants to gamble on where their next tank might be. And then there was perception. Hydrogen sounded complicated, even intimidating. Electric cars? Easy. Plug in, charge, drive. EVs had celebrities behind the wheel, governments dishing out incentives, charging stations multiplying like coffee shops. Hydrogen never got that kind of love. No buzz, no brakes, no momentum. Despite its brilliance, the Clarity lost the popularity contest. By 2021, Honda pulled the plug on it and its electric cousins. But here's the twist. This wasn't the end. It was only the first chapter. Honda didn't walk away empty-handed. They walked away smarter. The lesson was clear. The tech worked. The world just wasn't ready. So they stepped back, let the EV wave roll, and quietly kept refining hydrogen in the shadows. They weren't giving up. They were waiting for their moment. And now, that moment has arrived. This time, they're not alone. Partnering with General Motors, Honda has cooked up something new, something stronger, sleeker, and built to crush the old barriers. Meet the CR-V Hydrogen SUV. This isn't a small tweak or a half-step forward. It's a full-blown comeback, one that could rattle the entire EV industry. What's under the hood of this next-gen CR-V isn't just new tech. It's a bold challenge to the electric hype. Buckle up, because what's coming next is about to change everything. Honda's back, and this time they're making waves. Say hello to the CR-V Hydrogen SUV. After learning the hard lessons from the Clarity, they've doubled down, building something bigger, better, and instantly recognizable as the Honda SUVs you already trust. Only now, there's a twist. They've teamed up with General Motors to create a machine designed to fix the old flaws and put electric vehicles on notice. At first glance, it looks like your everyday family-friendly Honda. But don't be fooled. Beneath the skin, this isn't business as usual. This SUV runs entirely on hydrogen. No gas tank, no wall plug, no compromise. In the back sit two high-pressure hydrogen tanks, compact, efficient, and safe. Tucked under the seats, a power unit orchestrates the flow, balancing speed and safety like a maestro. The result? Smooth performance with zero hassle. And here's the magic. This SUV never needs to be plugged in. Its fuel cell system transforms hydrogen and oxygen into electricity instantly, right as you drive. The only thing it leaves behind? A puff of pure water vapor, so clean it almost feels unreal. What does that mean for you? Freedom. Refueling takes just 3 to 5 minutes, as quick as filling a gas tank. And once full, the CR-V Hydrogen SUV matches the range of some of the best EVs out there. No long waits, no range anxiety, just grab the keys and go. But Honda didn't stop there. This SUV can share its power. Imagine a storm cuts your electricity. The CR-V keeps your home alive, your gadgets charging, your lights on. It's more than a car, it's a lifeline on wheels. And through all this futuristic tech, Honda stayed true to what drivers love: sleek, spacious, family-ready. The hydrogen system is tucked away so cleverly, you don't lose an inch of cargo space. It feels natural, seamless, like this is the way SUVs were always meant to be. Honda's rollout strategy? Smart, surgical. Instead of overpromising, they're starting where it already works: California and Japan, places with hydrogen stations already in play. That means drivers can get behind the wheel without worrying about where to refuel. And as more stations rise, the CR-V Hydrogen SUV will quietly spread to new markets. No rush, no hype, just steady growth. This subtle approach could be Honda's masterstroke. While other automakers chase bigger batteries and faster chargers, Honda is already delivering instant refueling, long range, and zero emissions, all wrapped in the trusted body of a family SUV. That's what makes it dangerous to the EV status quo, a quiet threat hiding in plain sight. And here's the bigger question. If one CR-V can be this good, what happens when Honda brings hydrogen tech to their entire lineup? Imagine Civics, Accords, even trucks powered this way. The shift could be massive. Of course, the old enemy of hydrogen was never the tech, it was the infrastructure. The clarity proved the cars worked, but the fueling stations, they weren't there. Without them, drivers were stuck, and the dream nearly stalled out. But the world has changed. Hydrogen stations are spreading fast. In the US, California leads, while other states line up to follow. Japan is all in, making hydrogen a centerpiece of their national energy plan. Germany's building stations for heavy trucks. And China, the largest car market on Earth, is pouring billions into fueling buses, taxis, and fleets with hydrogen. This isn't theory anymore. It's happening. Governments aren't testing hydrogen, they're betting on it. And for good reason. Hydrogen isn't just clean for cars, it's perfect for the big players, trucks, buses, and transit systems, hauling huge loads across long distances. Fast refueling, long range, no waiting around for a charger to free up. And here's where things get juicy. EVs are booming, yes, but their system is starting to strain. Power grids are stretched thin, and in some places people are even told not to charge during peak hours. We need more electricity, and we're not building it fast enough. Add in the hidden costs, batteries stuffed with lithium and cobalt, metals that are rare, expensive, and often mined in ways that scar the planet. Recycling them is a nightmare. Supplies are limited, prices keep climbing, and suddenly, EVs don't look quite as green as they once did. Unlike EVs, hydrogen doesn't overload the grid or demand hours on a charger. And here's the kicker. It doesn't rely on rare, hard-to-mine metals like lithium or cobalt. But the coolest part? You can actually make hydrogen straight from water, powered by sunlight or wind. It's called green hydrogen. Imagine that. Driving a car fueled by nothing but water and sunshine. No pollution, no grid stress, no bulky batteries. Just clean power on tap. Hydrogen isn't here to steal the EV spotlight. It's carving its own lane. Perfect for long-haul trucks, city buses, or remote places where chargers simply can't reach. This isn't about choosing a winner. It's about hydrogen doing the things EVs can't. And the timing? Perfect. Around the world, fueling stations are finally rising. And right on cue, Honda's CR-V hydrogen SUV is hitting the roads. The future isn't far off anymore. It's here. And the highway is open. But Honda's not stopping at eco-friendly SUVs. Behind the scenes, they're cooking up something far bigger. Engines for tomorrow. And only Honda could pull it off. After all, Honda has always been the master of engines. From tiny mopeds to roaring race cars, they've built machines that make hearts race. But now, the world is waving goodbye to gasoline. So what does engine power mean in a cleaner age? For Honda, the answer is simple: hydrogen. And they're pushing it further than ever before. Instead of chasing batteries like everyone else, Honda asked the daring question: how do we keep engines thrilling but make them green? Their answer? Hydrogen fuel cells. And these aren't your ordinary electric systems. They're fast, smooth, and they feel like driving a classic car, only cleaner. No noise, no smoke, no gas, just water vapor and instant power. Honda isn't walking away from engines. They're reinventing them, and they're not doing it alone. Partnering with General Motors, they're blending Honda's legendary engine craft with GM's electric know-how. The result? Fuel cell systems that are smaller, quicker, and more efficient than ever before. It's the perfect match. But the story doesn't end there. Honda has joined forces with Toyota, Subaru, Mazda, and even Yamaha, a Japanese Powerhouse alliance, to push clean combustion further. Engines running not just on hydrogen, but on biofuels, even ammonia. This isn't about killing EVs, it's about giving drivers choices, power where EVs can't reach, engines that work in remote corners of the world where chargers are just a dream. Honda isn't just following the crowd, they're rewriting the rules of what a car can be. Performance, reliability, and that unmistakable Honda feel, now redesigned for a cleaner, brighter future. While others are busy building new shells, Honda is reinventing the heart itself, the engine. And they're not keeping this vision to themselves. They're already sharing it with some of the biggest players in the industry. This is Honda's next chapter, and it's going to be one thrilling ride. So here's the buzz. Can Honda's hydrogen CR-V outshine EVs? Is this SUV about to steal the spotlight from electric vehicles? Let's find out. First up, charging. EVs can take half an hour, sometimes hours to juice up. The CR-V, ready in 3 to 5 minutes. That's as quick as filling a gas tank. Not just convenient, it's a total game changer. Next, range. Most EVs give you 200 to 300 miles per charge. The hydrogen CR-V pushes close to 400 miles on a single tank. Fewer stops, less stress, more freedom. And the green factor? EVs boast zero emissions, which is huge. But the CR-V goes even further. Its fuel cell leaves behind nothing but water vapor. No giant batteries to build or toss, no environmental baggage, just clean, simple power. Now, Honda isn't here to kill EVs, but with this mix of speed, range, and eco-edge, the CR-V demands to be taken seriously. Yes, EVs have more charging stations today, and sure, you can plug them in at home. But hydrogen is catching up fast in California, Japan, Germany, China. And when you refuel a CR-V, it's over in minutes without stressing the power grid. Here's the big difference. EVs depend on batteries made from rare metals like lithium and cobalt. Pricey, messy to mine, and tough on the planet. Hydrogen fuel cells skip all of that. No mining mass, no fire risk, no wear-out worries. Just clean energy delivered safe and simple. The truth is, EVs are popular, but they're hitting bumps. Long charging waits, limited range, rising power costs, and battery concerns. That's why hybrids, plug-ins, and now hydrogen SUVs are stealing the spotlight. And Honda, they didn't lock this tech in some weird prototype. They put it in the CR-V, a car millions already know and trust, familiar but cleaner, dependable but faster than ever, family-friendly but cooler than ever before. Will hydrogen wipe out EVs? No, it doesn't need to. Even capturing a slice of the market forces the industry to evolve and rethink what clean driving really means. Honda's leap into hydrogen isn't just about building cars. It's part of a global shift. Countries and companies everywhere are racing to power the future with the cleanest, smartest solutions. Electric cars, they're one piece of the puzzle, but the clean energy revolution is bigger, louder, and buzzing with bold ideas. Loved this insight? Then hit that like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe for more deep dives just like this. And don't miss the next video, trust me, it's worth it.